Hello, here we are. There, I think the camera is okay. Can everybody see me, hear me? Is anybody here? Good morning from Calgary. Good morning. Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Let me just see that things are working here. Lee, hello. Barbara, hello. I just have to turn down the sound of my phone. There, so I don't get feedback. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me just pull this closer. I'm just trying to see the chat on one side and then have the live here. So, can you hear me? Yes, and volume is good. Thank you, Lee. Thank you so much. So how are you guys doing? How is your life? What are you feeling right now? Are you feeling the energies of March yet? The fiery energies? Yes. Yeah. Let's see if I can put that a little bit closer to me. Aline. Where are you from, Aline? Aline. Yes, definitely. Yeah. It's really fiery and really strong energies, I feel. It's been going on for a little while already, and I think we're going to have to live with this until, what was it that I said, 1 week into April, more or less. I think we're gonna have to live with it. From Brazil. Oh, hello, Brazil. Oh, you live in Toronto. Okay, but you are from Brazil. I've never been to Brazil. The only place I've been that spoke Portuguese was in Madeira, where I worked actually as a guide for a while. But I would really love to go to Brazil for sure. Hello, Susanna. Yeah, pretty crazy so far. Yeah, right? Everybody's feeling it. So I have my water with me today, and I have a cup of tea with me today. And my boyfriend is giving me lots of hearts. Thank you, life. You would think that life is Norwegian, but actually he's American. Isn't that funny? Yeah. He's got a Norwegian mother, that's why. But he is actually from the US, my boyfriend, or actually fiance now. So, hello, Tracy. Tracy and Tyler. Hello, Tyler. Is that the one I did a reading for last time, Tracy? Let's see if I can put this up a little bit easier for myself here. Yeah, I'm just double checking everywhere here because I want to make sure that I can see all your comments and everything. So life means life. Well, in English, of course, you could say that, but I'm not so sure the origin of the name life, where it's from. I'm not so sure what it means, actually. It's a very Scandinavian name, but I'm not so sure what it means. I have to look that up. Yes, that's correct. Your son, Tracy. Yeah. Okay, great. That's great. Okay, well, I want to start up here soon, so let's see, what time is it? It's already 4:44 into the live. So I think it's time that we just start up. If there's other people who wants to come in, they will. I think I have to lower this maybe a little bit. There, okay. I did get some questions in, so I want to answer those first today. And then I can, of course, take more questions from you guys. And then in the end, I have pulled out some cards that I can use, so we can do some mini readings if you would like. But let us do the questions first. If you have any questions while I talk that you would like me to address, then just write them down on a piece of paper and just wait until I'm done, because or else I'm going to lose track a little bit. So just wait until I'm done explaining the answers to these questions, and then I will open up for you to continue asking if there's things that pop into your head while I'm talking about these things, okay? Just to have a little bit of structure on it as well. So, and please don't block me this time. No, I won't, Barbara. I promise. You know what? If there is some of those silly hacker things that comes on, I'm just going to ignore it today, actually. So you will just have to ignore if there comes some comments about follow this link to see naked people or whatever. You know, those kind of things, we just ignore them. LOL, yes, for sure. LOL. Okay, so let's get into this, people. I know that there's many people who wanted to participate today, but because of where they live and the time, they couldn't. So they have sent in some questions, so I'm going to answer them here, and they will, of course, watch the replay. So the first thing that I got a question about was about challenges in life. So there was one long question, but there were several kind of under points, if you will, that I need to address in this question. But I will read the entire question first, and then I will kind of split it up and explain a little bit about each thing. So the question was, why do we need challenges in order to grow further? Why can't we just have an easy time from time to time? If we are creators of our own soul's journey, then what do we do to create a more enlightened state without the human struggles? So I have to split this up a little bit. So why do we need challenges in order to grow further? Actually, of course, we don't need challenges. Now, the first thing I have to talk about and explain is because a lot of the questions I get, I feel is very much from the human perspective and not from the higher self perspective. And for me, it's very important that we differentiate between the two, because the ego, the human mind, thinks that these things are challenges, but the higher self doesn't think that. And I will explain why. So in order for me to answer any question, I always start at the top. And what I mean by that is that I start by remembering who I am. I am a beam emanating from the one source energy, light being emanating from the one source energy that is God. And so that we are all one, we are all connected to the one source, to God. And when I start from there and I see things from that perspective, then it all becomes clear. So from the higher self perspective, we came here to experience what it's like to be a human, all the good and the bad things, not just the good. So from the higher self perspective, everything is just experiences. The higher self doesn't look upon anything as positive or negative. It's just experiences. So the higher self will then kind of order on the menu what they want for this lifetime, okay? But of course, the human part of us, the ego part of us, will experience that as being troublesome, as struggles, as pain, in many cases. Of course, also joy and happiness and all those things. But we tend to focus very much on what is not working and on the challenges and on what hurts. So the question here is, why do we need challenges in order to grow further? Well, we don't need challenges in order to grow further. But what happens is that if the human has a lot of challenges, they will automatically start looking into the higher perspective, because it doesn't make sense for them that life is supposed to have this much pain. So they start looking at something else, and that's when they discover that they are more than just the human, you know? And the question about to grow further, then I have to ask, who is growing? Because the higher self isn't growing. The higher self already knows. It's with it's the same as God, right? It's one. So it's not the higher self or the soul part of us that's growing. It's the human part of us that's growing. Okay, so that's why I had to explain that a little bit in that sense. But we don't need challenges in that sense. But we came here, as I said, to experience everything, including the challenges. So why can't we have just an easy time from time to time? So I think explained that with what I said. But then yeah, just a reminder, of course, ego thinks it's hard, but your higher self doesn't. Okay. But the last part of this question was what was very interesting for me. If we are creators of our own soul's journey, then what do we do to create a more enlightened state without the human struggles? Well, we came here to experience what it's like to be a human with all the struggles. So we can't escape it. It's just part of the journey, it's part of the experience. And when you say we are creators of our own soul's journey, then I have to again ask, who do you mean when you say we are? Or who do you mean when you say I am? Because if you only mean the ego, the human part, then it is a struggle. But if you mean you as a higher self, then it isn't a struggle. So what do? Well, we remember who we are, and we remember why we came, and we sink into that part of us that remembers, and that part of us that is that knows that it is in one with everything. That's kind of what we do. So that was for that one question. Now I have another question as well, that I also have split into several different parts, and that's about healing, actually. So the question is, that there is a struggle with self-healing. As a healer spiritual person, we tend to see others objectively, but not ourselves, especially when the energy is heavy, related to ancestral or past life trauma. Do you have any advice or experience? So then I had to split this also, because ego is not capable of seeing things objectively, not so well, at least not very well. The higher self can, of course, but not the ego. So again, where are you? When you say that you as a healer have problems seeing things objectively, if you sink into the higher self, you will see it objectively automatically. But if you are in the ego space, in the human space only, it's difficult to see it. When it comes to heavy energy related to ancestral or past life trauma, when I think about ancestral, for me, that is either two things. It can be the DNA lineage, or it can also be your family of light beings, if you will, that you are connected with. That's kind of part of your life here. So there's two, for me, kind of ancestral lines, if you will. When it comes to the ancestral DNA, all the experiences of the humans that was before us is in the DNA. So when we have that, we kind of inherit those kind of energies, so in that sense, I understand the need for healing the ancestral, which many people are doing now. When it comes to past life trauma, well, then I have to explain something, because I don't believe that we bring trauma with us from one life to another. And I will explain why I think that. I believe that we, as I said, we are all light beings emanating from the same source. And we came here to experience what it's like to be a human. There is no time on the other side of the veil, which means that if you have chosen to live several lives, you're actually living them all at once. That's one argument as to why you don't bring it with you from one life to another, because it's not linear. Time isn't linear in that sense. Another thing is that when you pass over and you go up back to being God, you are one with the God source energy that knows everything, that sees everything, that heals everything. And you are there before you go back into a new body. So what kind of trauma would you bring with you? It doesn't make any sense for me, because you go back to being one with God source energy. You go back to being pure light. So for me, it doesn't make sense that there is some sort of negative energy that sticks to you as a light being back to God and then down again, if you understand. So that's why I don't believe in past life trauma. However, if you remember something from one of your other lives, you are in a regression therapy session, for instance, and you're lying there and you are remembering and you're feeling and you're smelling the parts of another life, what can happen is that you as a human, your body, your physical form, when your higher self sees all of these things from the other life, your human form and your human nervous system can have a reaction to what it's experiencing. Okay, does that make sense? So it's kind of different ways of looking at what's going on. For me, that makes the most sense, that we don't bring trauma with us, but when we experience another life we are living, our physical form in this life can have a reaction to that. So that's the way I look at it. So advice and experience regarding self-healing as a healer. Well, for me, it took actually hitting rock bottom before I started understanding what kind of healing I needed, because it's because when I was younger, I thought that you could just heal something and work with healing energies, and that was it. But the thing is that you heal the sickness, but you don't look at what made you sick in the first place. So what we tend to do then is we repeat the same cycle. And let's say if it is very negative energies that is making you sick, maybe you're bumping up against very negative people, for instance, and you go and get healing and you're healed and you come out, but you go straight back into those people that have that very negative energy. And so you're kind of drinking the poison over and over and over again, and healing it, and drinking the poison and healing it, then you're never going to get well. So you have to dig into what is it that made you sick in the first place, or what energies are you bumping up against that's not good for you. So for me, it needed to be that I looked at, okay, what is no longer needed in my life? What's hurting me? What needs to go? That's one thing. Another thing is that when you awaken as a spiritual being and you get more and more light energy into your physical form, the high frequent energy that comes in will rattle the low vibrational energies in your physical form. And if you have childhood trauma in your physical form, that will be rattled and come up to the surface. And so it needs to be felt through in order to let go. So that for me was the way to heal properly, with all the childhood traumas, and starting to heal all these sicknesses as well. So I hope that kind of answered that question. So that was mainly the questions I got before going into this live. So if you have any comments now, or if some questions have popped into your mind while I was talking about this, then write that in the chat now and I will address it. If there is anybody having any questions. Hello, Nelia. Ontario, yeah. Are there any questions from anybody right now? No, everybody's waiting for the readings. Right? Yeah, I don't blame you. Okay. Ali, okay, does anything that we do in this human experience influence what our higher selves would choose for us next time? Does anything that we do in this human experience influence? Well, the thing is, Lee, that who is it that is doing this life? Who is it that's orchestrating this life? Is it you as a human, or is it you as a higher self? Right? It's you as a higher self orchestrating. You as a human are just kind of part of it. So your higher self is already knows what's going to happen. It's already orchestrated. Your next life is already also, because everything is happening at once. So because it's not linear, you know. So in that sense, I would say no, I don't think so, because all the lives are happening at once, you know. If you think about it, since we are all one, we are all living all lives at once, right? If you pull yourself so far back that you get into the God source energy, you can do that, as a matter of fact, even if you're in the physical form. You will be connected to all lives. Okay? So, it can, of course, be if your higher self has planned for the human to awaken all the way. I do believe that when it is planned, it will happen nonetheless. But maybe it will then choose to hook up to another life at the same time. Yeah, it's difficult for me to think that way, because I don't believe anything is linear. So I believe it's all happening at once. Okay, does that make sense, Lee? Yeah, okay. Nelia, I sometimes have a hard time sitting to commune with spirit, as I don't always feel connected. Okay. Now this is a common problem for everybody, Nelia. It's not just you. Even for me, you know, it all depends on what you're feeling that day. You know, if you have slept well, you know, are you calm? Are you stressed? You know, all those things. So the first thing you need to do is that you have to find a quiet place where you do not get disturbed. And then you have to spend a lot of time sinking properly down, doing maybe some deep meditation, maybe yoga first. So make sure that your body is totally relaxed. If you can come to the state of relaxation where you can imagine yourself floating in water, not on top, but actually in water. You know, when we go diving, we have you know, the weight on the body, so that we are kind of in the middle of the water. Hi Kaya.
Hey Mama.
Vill du komma och säga hej?
Of course.
Adam, om du lämnar försiktigt. And my daughter, sorry I'm speaking Norwegian. Om du lämnar försiktigt.
Hello.
That's my daughter. She just wanted to come and say hey.
Okay, bye.
Går du upp igen?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, okay. Sorry. she just wanted to pop on and say hi. No, if you can imagine yourself, you know, when we're diving, that you're kind of you're just in limbo, or you're just kind of weightless. You're just lying there in the water. So if you can imagine yourself sinking so deep down, and you can imagine yourself lying there in the water, just totally not using any muscles, that's when you're really, really, really relaxed. And then, of course, you open up all your chakras and you bring the light in, you ground yourself. So you're totally, everything is open, everything is relaxed, everything is in balance. And that's when you start connecting and asking the questions. So I think it's a matter of how deep you go, Nelia. Okay. So, Aline, I'm hoping to find guidance on which steps I have to take to fulfill the purpose of myself on earth. Yeah. Aline, you as a higher self know the answer to that. Okay. The human has very difficult to believe that or to trust that, but your higher self, your light being, has all those answers for you. So you need to just really sink deep down into meditation and to start to get to know your higher self properly. And remember that the higher self is the true you. Okay. So one exercise that you can do is whenever you say, spend some hours or maybe a whole day doing this. Whenever you say, I think, I will, I want, speak from the higher self. Imagine that you're speaking to your higher self. And then you talk about your human in the third person. For instance, for me, I see that Nina is feeling very happy right now. I see that she's very giddy. I see her energy field is very high, is vibrating very high right now. Because she's in her element. I can see that with her. I can see that she is in balance today with her chakras. I know that she slept well last night. I know that she has had a good day, and I know that she loves to do what she's doing right now. You see what I did there? And then I'm automatically in my higher self. Okay? Does that make sense? Do we really need so many lives? Why do we repeat the same experience? Why don't we learn quicker? Okay. Okay, Susanna. When you say why don't we learn quicker, you see, this is again where we get into the trap where we believe that we are the ego, but you are not. You are the higher self, and the higher self doesn't need to learn anything. Because the higher self is one with God. You as a light being is one with God, and the God source or energy knows everything because the God source energy is everything. So again, it is the human that's learning. It's not the light being. It's not the higher self. Okay. So we don't need many lives. Many people have only one life. They just come here to experience what it's like to be a human, and they go back into the light saying, whew, that was a hell of a ride. That was fun. Now, okay, now I know what that feels like. Now I want to be, another being on another planet in another galaxy. So it's bigger. It's bigger than we think. We are much bigger than we think. You are, as I said, you are one with everything. And so if you can imagine yourself, if you're sitting in meditation, see how far you can stretch your energy field. And don't put any limitations on yourself. Because in fact, you can stretch yourself throughout the entire universe. Okay? You are not that limited. You are huge, actually. You can be as big as you want to and as small as you want to. So there are no limits. And I think that's something we need to wake up to, is that this is so much bigger. Okay? But it's a really bit difficult to explain it. You have to kind of feel it. So, yeah. Yeah, she's cute. Thank you. Yeah, she is very cute. She is very cute. I love her dearly, but man, does she have a temperament. She has that from her father, of course. Yes. So, if you can believe that. Okay. I used to talk about my higher self as a, yeah. Okay, Aline. Yeah. Well, I think you should continue doing that if you, but opposite way around. Yeah, because you are the higher self. So you talk about your person in the third person. Okay? You talk about your human in the third person. Yep, gotcha. Okay, good. Okay, any more questions from you? I think I have answered the questions that popped up. Yeah, got it. Yeah, good, Aline. Yeah. Okay. I think the questions are done. So, I have pulled out 2 decks today that I wanted to use, but I'm going to wait with one of them. So I'm going to start with this, the Queen of the Moon Oracle. It's one of my favorite decks. It's really beautiful. I don't know if you know it. So does anybody want me to pull a card? Now is the time to let me know if you want to have a card. Or if there's something else that you are hoping for. I'm also a medium, you know, so if some of you are really, really wanting someone to come visit, then you have to tell them, or else they won't come. So, Antonella, yay! Okay. Nelia was the first one out, I think. Okay, Nelia, I'm going to do your card first. Nelia. A card for Nelia, please. A card for Nelia, please. A card for Nelia. Let's see what she needs today. What does she need today? Okay. This is the card that popped up, Nelia, for you. That's very strange. Okay. I'm getting 2 emotions at the same time here, Nelia. I'm getting one that is kind of happy and excited about something. Something is kind of growing. Something is coming to fruition. But at the same time, I'm sensing a deep need for self-nourishment, as it says here. Okay. Something about doing something alone or being alone. Having to do something alone. And it's kind of a sadness around that. Does that make sense for you, Nelia? I just want to know if I'm on the right track here. Yes, okay. Okay. Yeah, I feel that sadness in you. Okay. I think for this thing here, you have to do it alone, okay? I feel the need for doing it alone. And there is something that you will probably go through in that. There might be some emotions that's going to come up regarding that situation. And I think that is happening because there is something within you that is in need of releasing. So there is when these emotions come up, I would encourage you to sit with them and allow them to come up, allow them to come through you and be released through you, because this is happening for a reason, you see. And then I have a feeling that there is an old acquaintance coming back. It feels like a female, kind of an old friend that was lost that's coming back. Does that make sense? That's at least a feeling I get. It's an old friend that maybe you haven't had contact with for some time, and it's coming back into your life now. That's the feeling I'm getting here. So it's something about you releasing something first, and then it will open up, the energy field will shift, and that will open up for somebody new to come in. Okay? Yeah, you're not sure? No, because I think it's going to happen. Yeah, because it's going to happen after you have released. So you kind of have to be in this situation and allow it to be, okay? Nourish yourself, take care of yourself, be gentle, be mothering to yourself, be your own mother. And yeah, because things are going to change after that is what I feel, okay? Yep. And then it was Susanna was the next one. So Susanna, what does Susanna need today? What does Susanna need today? What does Susanna need today? Okay. That's the card that came up. It's about your path. Okay. I'm hearing coming in your own way. Okay. Yeah, I just have to say what I get here. So I don't know if you're a person who needs to understand things, who needs to have things kind of put into place. If you're kind of, because I'm feeling like you're a kind of person that gets irritated if you can't grasp something, if you can't understand something fully, that you kind of have to compartmentalize, you know, like so, and that it's important for you to have things kind of in order that way. Because it's about, because the feeling or the message that I'm getting is that when you do that, you are putting us, yeah, sure, yeah, you're putting stagnation on moving forward, because your brain is just so into, I need to understand this, why is it that way, but no, but I heard this from that person and that said, and now this doesn't make sense to me, instead of just allowing things to come to you as they are. So the path is a big thing for you right now, this life path, this journey. And as you can see here, she is on the verge of climbing up that ladder and going through that portal, okay? So that is what is in store for you if you are willing to quiet the ego and let go of the need for understanding. Sometimes we just have to let go of that and just accept that I don't understand this, but I'm going to trust that my spirit team got me. They know what's best. My higher self knows what's best. I have to trust that. And so just let it go and open up for whatever comes, okay? I'm also feeling a connection with star family with you. You might want to look more into that. I don't know if you're interested in astronomy and astrology and those kind of things, because there's something about star family or stargazing or something about the star or the night sky with you. So you might want to open up for visitation from star family as well. There might be some star family that wants to connect with you, okay? So that was just an extra message there. It makes perfect sense. Yeah, okay, good, Susanna. Okay, let's see who else have said yes to a card. I just have to go up a little bit here. Nelia, Susanna. Antonella is next. Okay, Antonella. What does Antonella need today, please? What does Antonella need today? Okay. Resilience comes up for you, Antonella. And when I had mentioned your name, I had this very sad feeling in my chest. I don't know if you lost someone to the other side that was very close to you, because I felt that longing for someone. Do you understand that? Um, yeah. And the resilience here is, of course, this is the card of a heavy burden, okay? Something has been feeling very heavy for you. So I just have to go down so I can see. Yeah. I don't know if this makes sense so far, Antonella, what I was saying. But I'm just feeling this sadness in my chest with you. Does that make sense? If you're still here, Antonella. Well, if you're not here, then I will just continue with what I have anyways. The resilience card pops up when we are asked to just put one foot in front of the other and just keep on going, okay? It might also be that you have had to, you know, take a lot of stuff. It makes sense. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it can be that you have had to take on a lot of extra burdens, a lot of things have fallen on you, and it's been a struggle, and it's been hard to maintain, you know, head above water, kind of. So what they're saying is that you just don't think about all the things that you need to do at once. Think about one step at a time. Think about one day at a time. So you don't get overwhelmed. So that's one message. And I'm also feeling a mother figure with you, a mother love. It can be mother or grandmother, but it's a very mature motherly family association love for you, and a longing for that. So either if it is a mother figure or grandmother figure that has passed, or a longing because you don't have contact with a mother or grandmother figure anymore, but there's a longing in there. And because I'm feeling that love from them to you, okay? So it's somebody sending you a lot of love here, and it's a mother figure, either mother or grandmother. That I feel this very strong connection and strong bond with for you. Even yeah, it's even though it's a longing in it at the same time. It's a I'm missing, or I miss that bond, or I miss that feeling, that kind of feeling. But they're sending you love here, and I feel it's a very strong love. So yeah, I just wanted to say that as well. I hope that made sense for you. And Antonella, I know, you know, sometimes life just hits us hard, and it can be difficult. And I want to tell you that, you know, if you allow this struggle to just be, and just take that one step at a time, and allow your spirit team to be with you and help you, things will get better. And the sooner you can allow the emotions to just come up as they are, and allow them to be felt and then released, the sooner things will start moving in your favor, okay? So if you can set aside the time to really just let it come up, let it be, then the quicker it will actually be over, okay? You have my love. I know it can be hard, okay? Yes, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. That was Antonella. Okay, Barbara, then it's you. Let's see what Barbara needs today. What does Barbara need today? What does Barbara need today? Oh, okay. This is the card that came up, Barbara, for you. Surrender. I'm hearing surrender to the journey. Surrender to what comes. I'm also hearing come what may. Surrender to things as they are. Don't try so hard to change something that's you cannot change. Okay? You cannot change people. You cannot change situations that is outside of your power. You know, it just has to be, and you have to accept it as is. So that's one thing. But I'm also hearing surrender to the divine. They've got you. You know, you're not in this alone. None of us are. And so it's a matter of trusting also. Trusting that they have you. Trusting that they're there for you. Trusting that your higher self knows the path. So can you not try and change things, but actually just allow yourself to flow with it? Allow yourself to just be in it. And surrender to the divine. I keep repeating that for some reason with you. So I don't know if that makes sense for you, Barbara. Yeah, it's this, I get this really profound, high frequent energy feeling. And it's there for you to come into your physical form. It's like it's almost like it's pushing inwards on you and really wanting to get into your physical form, but there's almost a resistance to allow it in. Does this make sense? Yeah. Okay, Barbara, I just feel like I think there is potential for a very strong energy frequency upgrade for you, and it might feel almost like it's pushing inwards towards you, and the ego will fight it because it feels like it's dangerous or scary. So what you have to allow it in. So ground yourself properly, open up your chakras, sink down, meditate, meditate, meditate. Set aside several days ahead now to meditate really deep and allow this new energy to come in. You need to surrender now. It's like a wake-up call, I feel. It's like, come on, Barbara, we're here. Why are you not accepting this in? Why don't you take that step? Okay? So surrender to the surrender to the divine. That's kind of the main message for you. Okay? Yeah. So that was Barbara. Let's see who is next. Okay. Aline. I didn't take you already, Aline. No, I don't think so. Okay. Aline. What does Aline need to know? What does Aline need to know? What does Aline need to know? Okay. Aha. Discernment. Did you see that fog up here? That's the ego. You know, the ego is what's making the fog, okay? The brain, the overthinking, the, yeah. But discernment is also not believing the first thing you see, but actually take a step back and then realign with your higher self and then look at it again. Because we get served so many truths every day. So you need to figure out what your truth is by stepping deep into your higher self. So, yeah. Because even though we want to believe something, or our ego want to believe in something, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. So it's a matter of, as I said, taking a step back and don't believe everything everybody else is saying, but feeling into your own soul and your own gut, and listening to your higher self more is what I feel. This is a big message, because I do feel like your ego can be overactive, and maybe making things out to look like the truth, but it's not, is what a feeling I'm getting here. Yeah. And also the feeling of not seeing things clearly. Feeling like there's fog almost in front of my eyes. I can't see things clearly. And that's when you need to really sink deep into the intuition, into the higher self to find the answers, okay? So I feel like that's important. Set aside the time now to do so. You can write down the questions before you get into meditation on a piece of paper. And then before you get into the meditation, you talk to your guides out loud and you say, this is what I need to get answered today. And then you sink into meditation and you can be ready with pen and paper and see what happens, you know. So, and see if you can practice on quieting your mind even more, because I feel like there's a fog here, okay? I hope that made sense for you. Yeah. So let's see. So that was Aline. And Lee. Okay, Lee, you are next. What does Lee need to know today? 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 Trust. Okay. So this for me, of course, is trusting in spirit, trusting in your higher self, trusting that your team knows the way. Trust what you get when you meditate, when you sit down, and when you open up. Okay. Okay. This is very strange because I'm hearing you trust in other people, so why don't you trust in yourself? That came to me here from spirit. It's like you don't give yourself enough credit, is what I'm hearing. Why does everybody else you kind of give everybody else your praise as to how good they are, but you don't see that in yourself. You don't see your own worth, is what I'm getting here. So trust that you also have the answer. Trust that you have that connection to the higher self. Trust that you also know. It's not just everybody else who's good at it. You are good at it too. So it's a message of starting to seeing your own worth as well. Starting to see that what you bring to the table. Starting to be more proud of yourself. Starting to love yourself more. It's a big message here as well. If they say, if you could only see yourself the way we see you. Remember that. If you could only see yourself as we see you. Because you're beautiful, because they love you. Okay? And you are worth so much. So why don't you start trusting in that? Big message. Big message. Okay. So let's see. Let's see who has gotten messages now. Nelia, Susanna has gotten, Antonella has gotten, Barbara, Aline, and Lee. And then is there anybody else? Barbara. Laurie S. I can sense my spirit team but can't distinguish between them. Do you know of any way to cultivate how to identify specific energies and beings? Yeah, Laurie, that is, what? And this is something that is so fun because when I teach or when I taught mediumship as well, what everybody was so surprised to hear is that you can interview spirit, you can ask them questions, and that's what you need to do. you have to, first of all, you have to remember that they can come in more than one, and sometimes you can feel more than one. So the first thing you need to do is ask them to come one and one. You have a gatekeeper. So you have a master guide. I don't know if you have gotten to know your master guide yet, Lori, but um, if you don't, then try to get know your master guide, and then try to get know your gatekeeper, because the gatekeeper is the one who will be the one who says yes or no to what spirit comes close to you. And so when you get to know your gatekeeper, ask your gatekeeper then to make sure that they come in one at a time. Okay. So if you feel a lot of energies around you, you say, okay, I need one and one to come at a time, please. And then you feel into that energy. You put your energy towards where you believe that energy is. And then you start asking questions. Who are you? Where do you come from? What is your job with me? Did we know each other before we came in here? Um, are you, what part of my life are you supposed to help me with? Those kind of questions. So you interview them. So that's kind of the best way to identify the energies and the beings. And also you have to trust. Okay, if you have sunk deep into meditation before you do this, you have grounded yourself, you have aligned all your chakras, you've opened up to spirit, everything like that, and you sit with your book in front of you, you are properly open, then you have to trust. You have to trust what you get, and you write it down. And if you are in doubt, then this is practice, practice, practice. That's all I can say. You have to practice. But remember that you can interview anybody who comes to you. If it is your own spirit team, if it is angels, if it is when you're working as a medium, and that it is spirit that's connected to a sitter, you can interview them. You can ask them questions. Okay. So I hope that made sense, Lori. Yeah. Okay. Any classes that I still teach? I just need some water, Barbara, and I will answer that question. The answer for now is no. I don't teach any classes right now. I used to teach beginners psychic, beginners mediumship, advanced psychic, advanced mediumship, mediumship psychic certification through the LWISSD, which is a Lisa Williams school. But I couldn't anymore because I became ill, and so I stopped. So I'm still kind of a master teacher through her, but I have said no to continuing to teach at her school for now. I don't know if I will in the future either. Also because I feel like I might want to change the way I teach and not be, just a second, and not feel like I have to do it in a certain way. I'm just going to take a throat pass still as well. Because I love Lisa, and I love her teachings, and I loved being part of that school, and I love teaching at her school. But of course, it is her way of doing things. It's the way that she has been taught, and the way that she wants to teach, new people. And my feeling now is that as much as I love that, and as much as I appreciate the way she teaches, it limits me a little bit in the way I want to explore other ways of teaching. Okay. So, the reason why I started this channel was, of course, to share my journey and to help others if my experience could help anybody. But I see now that it might turn into a teaching in the future. It might be that I open up some sort of a group. I see that other people have some sort of a membership group or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that will be a way to teach, For now, it's kind of a teaching now when I share these lives and people can ask questions and stuff. So that's a way to teach as well. But as of now, I haven't planned any specific things. but I do love teaching, and I think I want to try and come back to it. I might also come back to doing readings for people again, but I don't have any web page as of now, so I don't have anywhere you can book a reading. So I have to kind of feel into what I want with that. But I would love to teach. I would. So if people would like to have me, then yes, I would love to teach. I would love to try and give what I can in that sense. So I hope that answered your question. So I will try asking for my gatekeeper for help. Yeah, Laurie, do that. Yeah. Okay, makes sense. I hope you will come back to teaching so we can learn. Thank you so much, Barbara. That's very lovely. Yeah, I hope to come back to it too. And I mean, the most fun part, I mean, of course, it would be a lot online, but the most fun part is when you are in person, because then you feel the other people's energy on your physical form as well. And there's a lot of fun. And of course, in the breaks where we go and eat and have fun and all that stuff as well. So my dream, I can tell you this much. My dream for the future is that I will have a place of my own, or with my family. We live on a farm right now, but it doesn't belong to us. So my dream is to have a place where I have a big barn or a big place where I can actually make it into a teaching area, and also with maybe huts or rooms for overnights where people can sleep, or maybe talk to a motel or a hotel in the nearby, or a camping site or something where people can sleep over, and actually start inviting people for maybe a week-long workshop. That's kind of my dream for the future, to have a place like that, and that place would also then have animals, to use animals in healing and those kind of things. So these are dreams that me and my fiance has, and so we'll see where that goes. But before that, I probably will do something online, I think, and then we'll see where we go. I can, of course, travel as well and meet up with people other places, but you know, as of now, no specific plans, but we'll see. For now, we'll just have to meet here on the lives, and maybe in the future I'll make some sort of a membership thing where we can go deeper into things, and I can maybe see you guys on a Zoom or something like that. So if that's something people want, if you would like that. So I will be your first student on your farm. And that's great, Barbara. I would love to see you guys. That would be great. So I love that dream. Yeah, Nelia, I love it too. Great plan. Thank you. Yeah. Let's see, Aline. Yesterday I watched a lot of your videos. I really liked them. I can say that I got to know you yesterday, and I'm happy to meet you. I'm happy to meet you too, Aline. That's so beautiful. Thank you for that feedback. So I try to just be honest about what I've been going through and where I come from, what I have experienced, you know. And if what I have experienced and what I see and what I channel can be of help to someone, then I mean, then that's the greatest gift, you know, for me. So I will just continue to convey what Spirit tells me and my connection, and we'll see where it goes. So, yeah. I wanted to just pull some cards from this other deck as well today before we close off. It's messengers from heaven. So if there is somebody that you would like to connect with, then you just in your mind ask them to come close and ask them to give messages through these cards now, and we will see what cards pop up, and if there are any spirits that comes towards me now, I will convey who I see, and we'll see what happens. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is the card that popped up. Let the animals on earth support you. Feel their unconditional love. Yeah. So this is also, like I said, healing with animals. I don't know if some of you has, of course, here is a black cat. I don't know if some of you had a black cat or have a black cat, but there is something about the energies when we are with the animals that heal us. They are in a very high vibration. So we can use that to enhance our own vibration and to heal. So, okay, so what I'm seeing also, that I just have to convey what I see. I'm seeing a lady sitting on a porch. It's on the steps outside of a home, and she is petting a cat. It's a lady that her hair is like this long, gray, wavy. It feels like a grandmother figure. I see a red cardigan, and she's kind of sitting outside on steps that are, they look like they are concrete steps, and she's petting a cat. Does anybody relate to this woman? Susanna has a Russian blue cat. Yeah. I don't know if anybody can relate to this woman, but I'm just seeing yeah, I'm just seeing this woman. So if that was somebody for a grandmother figure for somebody, then that was a message with love for you. If somebody related to that. Okay, so let's see if there's another card here. Oh, that was two. One card, please. Thank you. No, there was two that came out anyways. I asked for one and I get two. Okay. Let's see. No cat, but I just rescued a three-legged dog that has challenges, and I have been doing healing work on him, which has been raising my vibration. Yeah. I sense our relationship is related to my growth. Yes. That is very much so. That is very much so, Lori. I can definitely confirm that. I feel that with you. And I have a cat as well. And I can tell you, because you know that I had panic attacks and anxiety, right? And whenever, right before I had a panic attack, she jumped up on my lap. And she sat through me and lied on my belly or sat on my lap through the panic attack. And she was just lying there with her eyes closed, linking with me and helping me heal. So, yeah, that makes total sense, Lori. Those animals have that really high vibration. So Aline, yeah, your grandma had many cats. Did she also, Aline, did she also have a red cardigan? Because I saw definitely a red cardigan and a wavy kind of white hair. So yeah, it was just something I saw. But if you feel like it was for you, Aline, then it was for you, okay? But let us look at these two other cards that popped up. Okay, these are actually connected. That's so fun. So this is the way they look, and I will read them to you. The first one says, you are ready for a change of scenery, explore. And the other one says, we are easing the blockage which is holding you back. Go for it. You're ready for a change of scenery, explore. We are easing the blockages which is holding you back, so go for it. So if you feel like that hit you, then that was for you. I'm feeling very angelic energies with this message. I'm feeling Raphael of healing. the healing angel Raphael. So if any of you have a connection with Raphael and felt like this message was something you needed to hear, then this is a message for you. And I feel a very strong vibration with this. So I'm thinking that you're having, whomever this was for, is having a big light activation and frequency upgrade. And it's going to feel very strong for you, okay? So for me, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Good. So many people can have the same message. You just have to feel if it's for you, because they will work in that way where they will give several messages at once. So if you felt it in your system, then it was for you. Okay, I will draw one more card here, and I have to ask if Tracy is still here. You still here, Tracy? No, I asked that question out there before I pulled this last card. Okay, so this is the message, this is the card. It's a beautiful bear. And the message is, we're helping to bring a little luck your way. You deserve it. We're helping to bring a little luck your way. You deserve it. And I'm seeing Papa Bear. I'm hearing Papa Bear with that bear. It's like a Papa Bear is watching over. And I guess Tracy and is not here anymore. I channeled a bear. I channeled that a bear is one of my animals yesterday, and it was unexpected. Okay, Lori, well then this message is for you also, most definitely. But I'm just going to see what happened up here. Tracy and Tyler. Tracy and Tyler, are you still here? If you are, please give me a message. Or did I lose you on the way? Yeah. Because I feel like, okay, so Tracy and Tyler, if you watch the replay, if you're not here now, I feel like a Papa Bear message is for you also, okay? It might be for many of you, but I feel definitely that it is for Tracy and Tyler. And I'm having this male person that has come to me, and I have a feeling that it might be Tracy's. It's a kind of a Papa Bear energy. So yeah, I don't think Tracy is with us anymore, but anyways, if you're watching Tracy, then I feel like this message is for you, saying we're helping to bring a little luck your way. You deserve it. So there is some sort of Papa energy that's kind of helping you maneuver something now, okay? Kind of a Papa Bear energy. So I just wanted to give that to Tracy as well. So yeah. Okay, any last questions or things you want to share, people, before we close off this live today? I called my grandpa Papa. Okay, yeah. Because I have that very protective energy with that card. So if you felt like Papa Bear was protecting you, then that's a message from him for sure, angelic arcana. Okay. Antonella, okay, another card from me if something comes up. Okay, one last card for you, Antonella, and then I will close that down. Okay. It's this card right here. Believe in yourself and your abilities. We believe in you. So that was your last message, Antonella. Thank you so much. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Infinite love and gratitude to everyone here for co-creating this experience. Yes, Lori, that's very nice. Assume that would be a great idea sometime. Yeah. Yes, I might do Zoom if I'm going to have some sort of teaching in a way. Then I might do Zoom. So yeah, thank you so much. Okay, people, I think that was it for this live. Thank you so much for showing up and participating and giving your energy into this group today. It's also nice when we give energy and love to each other, like I can see on the chat that you do. It's very nice. It's a supportive system, you know, for everyone. So I really love that. Thank you for that. I don't know when the next live is going to be. I'm just going to have to wing it, okay? And I'll look into if it's going to be some sort of teachings in the future. Up until then, it will be lives, and I can also continue to make some short videos like I did regarding the different spiritual gifts. So if there are topics that you would like me to go deeper into, then feel free to comment on the comment section below this live, and or over on another video in the future. Just ask me and I will make videos regarding whatever topic you want, and I will do it kind of in a teaching way, if you will. So that might be the way that we do teaching for now, and then I will kind of have to see what it is that I can do in the future. It also has to do with my energy system and energy level and my own health. So I have to kind of consider that first. So that's why I haven't been teaching in a while. Okay. So yes, thank you so much. And thank you for all the hearts and the love and all the beautiful feedback from you. And I'm wishing you a beautiful day, morning, night, wherever you are in the world. So until the next time I see you, thank you so much.